Natalee 333. We can't see your name down the bottom there because the animals are in the way. Oh, I can't hear you. Hold on one sec. Hold on.
Huh. The little cute.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm a pet psychic medium. Here to help you connect with your loved ones who have passed, your pets who have passed, your pets that are here. And these little devils under here, they're so, oh my gosh, look at them. Looks like that cat looks like it just had a treat. Look at his chops. So anyway, it's Sunday night here, and I'm hoping that if you're coming on, please let me know where you're from. It's always a pleasure to come on and share the screen with Kat. And we have so much stuff going on. I don't know if everybody's as busy as me and as busy as Kat, but I have a feeling you probably are. And so with everything that's going on, not only in the world, but with our lives and all the adjustments and things that we're trying to take care of and trying to figure out, we need to just be so aware of our energy and the energy around us, because all I'm going to say is that your energy is so precious. Your energy is what is your driving force. It's what keeps you going. So with that in mind, you know, you've got to really be aware and have this air of protection. Hi, Laura. Hey, Michigan. I'm in Indiana, so nice to kind of meet you. So things that you can do to protect your energy: grounding. So that means, like in the summertime where we're at, on the United States and Canada and Mexico and all of that, we are having summer. And so basically, get out there, take those shoes off, do a little walking around, ground yourself. It's so incredibly helpful for your physical body, your spiritual body, connecting to the earth, because the earth lives and that's how we live. So yeah, nice to meet you too. And some other ways we can do it: we can meditate, just be out in nature. You know, you can actually sit in nature, listen to the wind blow, the trees moving, the water moving, the birds singing. And I mean, hi, Maria. So all of those things really put us in such a wonderful space energetically. And so we've got to take advantage of that. And it actually also, it helps the earth too. It gains a lot from us, and we gain a lot from it. So it's so important, again, to guard our energy. So there are things like a white light prayer you can say. You know, say this 3 times: may the white light of the Christ guide and protect me, so that nothing but good can penetrate my aura. So that's something you can say in the morning, say at night. So there's crystals that you can carry. I just saw, I think Kat posted stuff about herbal teas that can also, because teas come from the earth, right? They come from plants. So whenever we're drinking something that comes from the earth, it's always going to be grounding. Okay? So, hi, Joy. I'm happy you guys are catching the show too. Yay. And another place, I don't know, when Joy came on, I was thinking the beach, because I think I saw that you've been there lately a few times or whatever, but I'm telling you, I miss going to the beach. When we lived in Maine, we could go to the beach whenever we wanted. The ocean, oh, so nice. Absolutely love it. So thanks you guys for coming on, hopping on. If anyone that's watching is interested in reading 1997 for a live reading click the PayPal Buy Now link. It's in the description, and you can have a reading that's a video reading where you could be on live with me talking, and you could actually just do the talking, be on the video, or just chat in the comments. Whatever you feel comfortable with is perfectly fine with me. Also, you can subscribe and get a free spin on the prize wheel. So yeah, oh joy, the beach, so nice. Oh my gosh. So, you know, Maria says, yes, currently drinking chamomile tea. Yes. Yeah, that's great. That's perfect before you go into bed. I know Kat shared that, and I'm like, I'm going to share that too, because people need to realize that that is so helpful to them. You know, when you're putting herbs in your food and you're cooking with herbs, anytime that you can, if you have like your own garden, which I do, and I'm starting to have some of my vegetables come, and I'm so excited because I like making, you know, my homemade salsa, and I'm going to have lots of peppers and probably some, let's see, watermelon. I'm going to have pumpkins, and also some cantaloupe, muskmelon. So I just love all of that. Hi, Susan. Oh yeah, it's hot. It's hot where I'm at too. And tomorrow it's supposed to be oppressive with the humidity. So everybody stay safe, stay hydrated out there for sure. Okay? For sure. Joyce is yum. I've got some grateful. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so I love that. I love that. I love getting the stuff fresh. I love going to the farmer's market and getting that. Hi, Michelle. Hi from Australia. Oh, gosh, Maria, that's too bad. It's been a little on the dry side here, but hopefully, my poor cucumbers, they do not like the weird humidity and the high heat. And I don't know, there's something, they started off being fine, but then they weren't. So I don't know. But anyway, so the reason I'm here is I would love to do a reading with you and your pet on video. So it's 1997, but here's the cool thing is that you can bring your pet on, and you can, if maybe there's something going on with them, like possibly even, thanks for sharing too. So if your pet is having behavioral issues, something, you just know something's not going quite right with them, I can really try my best to help you with that. If you have a pet that's passed that you'd like to connect with, we can do that as well. They always have interesting insights, you know, because they're like our little guardian angels when they're here in the physical, but they're also like that after they pass. And sometimes they return to us. Okay, so we've got that, but also when it comes to people that have passed in your life, people who, if you looking for direction, guidance on which way you should go, whether it's like a job or relationship or anything like that, please feel free to, like I said, jump on and get a live reading. Let's see. That's right. Thank you, Joy. And it is weird. Kat and I were just talking about exchange of energy. So, you know, that's the thing, is that everything is an exchange of energy. Money is an exchange of energy. And so it's just kind of interesting how that all works. But any kind of sharing that you can do to groups to get it out there, because a lot of times what happens is somebody might not catch it when it's live. So they might not catch this live, but they might catch it more than likely in the replay. So, you know, if you're watching it, if you're going to watch it in the replay, hashtag replay. So that way we know that you're watching in the replay. But something that we talk about very well will pertain to you. That's why, I find that happens to me all the time. Hi, Wendy. Thanks for coming on. So that happens to me a lot. Is I'll be watching something, and especially on certain things like Facebook, they track what you're doing and all of that. But that doesn't mean that what you see a video from like 2 days ago isn't something you should be watching too. Oh, thank you, Maria. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, intent always carries energy. It sure does. Intent is everything. Everything. When you go out into the world, what you intend is the energy that you send. That sounded actually pretty good. I might have to remember that. So it just gave me goosebumps. Somebody else said that, I know. Was it you, Joy? So it's kind of an amazing kind of thing. Oh, that's okay. That's okay, Maria. Laura, that's okay. You know what? You go ahead, get that free spin and stuff like that. And yeah. And definitely, since you're subscribing to us, catch our lives. Something is going to connect with you. Let's see. Hi, Lori. Oh, I'm glad you're new here. Glad to have you. You're very welcome to be in here and catch not only myself, but everyone else. Yes, I can talk to animals that have passed. Yep, for sure. It's kind of an interesting thing that happened because for a long time, I didn't know that I could. And then all of a sudden it just happens where you're getting information. So, and all of a sudden you're like, things, but how do you know them? And it's a little bit different than with people, because with people, there's a certain amount of validation that you can get. But with animals, there's very little validation that you can get. Okay, so Xander, hello. So let's see. So Laura, you said your spin told me this. You want an extra free 15 minutes with any. Okay, so what that means is that when you purchase a 30-minute or 60-minute reading, you get an extra 15 minutes for free. Okay? Does that make sense? So if anybody, let's see. So if anybody would like a reading, whether it's pets or people, or so it'd be a psychic reading, mediumship reading when you connect with people or pets that have passed, psychic reading when you're just wanting questions answered about, like Xander, you were asking about your spiritual gifts. Let's see. Lori says, can I contact my Cocker Spaniels, AJ and Candace? They are a breeding pair. Well, you know what? If you're interested, like I said, 1997, the link is in the description, the PayPal Buy Now link. You can actually come on video with me. So if I would love for you to do that. And it says a live mini reading, but they're actually a lot longer than a mini reading, okay? So let's see. Wendy, thank you. Oh my goodness. So Xander, you were asking about your spiritual gifts. So this is more like a generic thing, but basically your spiritual gifts will come to you. And as time goes on, you will learn more and more about what those are for you. They will show themselves. You will be able to, all of a sudden, you'll be able to come up with things or know things that are happening. And they will present themselves to you. So everybody has different gifts. Some come at different times, and they're continually evolving and changing and growing and all of that. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of amazing. Hi, Kat.
Hello, I was going to say, with the prizes, they're different. You can win different minutes, and some you can win a free reading all completely all together. And some you can win 30 minutes on top, 15 minutes on top. They're all different.
Yes. Yep, they're all different. So, yeah, there is a chance that you could win just a plain free reading. So, it just depends. I mean, it's the spin of the wheel and all of that. So, let's see. But, we're talking about our gifts. And sometimes the more that we try to push them, try to, say, like, I want to know what my gifts are right now. It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way because we don't have control over that. We can take classes. We can do all of that stuff, which I'm speaking from experience here. Of course, I wanted to learn about what direction I was going, what was going to be happening, how I could, become more psychic. And it just doesn't work that way. It grows and it comes when it's ready to, for sure. Laura says, it's strange because I look at my animals and know what they're saying, especially my service dog, Coda. People watch me and Coda is like, we understand. Oh, yeah, Laura, that is so totally true. I mean, that's the thing. We have such a deep connection with our animals, and especially with your service dog, who's been taught to be extremely aware of your emotions, of your mannerisms, all of that. So you've got like an extra guardian angel looking after you. So that is a pretty amazing thing for sure. That is a pretty amazing thing. I mean, and they can, pets can give us this look. I know my cat has a different meow for different things. Everybody's animals have different ways of communicating to them in a way that we understand. It's just the way that they know if they want tuna, how are they going to communicate that to you? It will probably be the same way all the time.
Now, Nat, you've got a reading. Is
Laurie? Wonderful.
I will take Laurie Chambers. So we'll see.
Oh, okay.
She's going to be in the studio.
Okay.
So we'll wait for Laurie to get in the studio.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if she's got
that's great.
With her.
Okay, that sounds good. Laura, you said he was never taught anything, but you know what? They seem to know what they need to know, and he was definitely sent to you for a reason. So, he may not have been taught anything, but he inherently knows how to communicate with you. So that's pretty cool. That's really cool. Sorry, guys. It's really, really hot here today. And I want to put a shout out to my son and daughter-in-law. My son came over and finished installing a ceiling fan for us, which, makes it feel like tropical in here now. Well, pretty close. So, but, okay, enough about the ceiling fans. Let's kind of get back on track here. So our animals, when they're around us, just like, this is what I want to tell you, just like when a baby is born, it's not by chance that this baby was born to that family. It's all in the stars. It's all something that happened for a reason. This specific child was born into this specific family to help with a healing process for the child, for the family, for the parents, for the sisters, the brother, whatever. The same with the animals. Animals come into your life so that they can help us heal, and vice versa. Sometimes it's us that helps them, and sometimes it's both things together. So Laura said he did everything on his own. The only thing I taught him was to help when I needed it, and he takes me out of depression. Right. So he knows what he needs to do, because it's they're on the same level as us. We got to give them a whole lot more credit, but he knows exactly what he's doing for sure. Wendy says, I know what my little girl Snuggles wants by her look she gives me. Yeah, we have to, as human beings, sometimes we have to stop thinking of ourselves as the more dominant, smarter, whatever, because we tend to get in the way of ourselves, in the way of our forward motion. And so animals come into our life to help us calm, to help us really maintain a sense of stability. That's the word that comes. So just know that, we rely on animals to take away like our depression or whatever, but they rely on us too. I mean, they show us what unconditional love is. And unfortunately, sometimes they don't always get that back from humans. But, when they do, what a beautiful thing. And that's how we show unconditional love. That's how we know what that is. I mean, we know when a child is born that child, is helpless, basically, right? So it's all about learning and growing. That's really what all of our relationships are about, whether they're with people or animals. It's learning, growing, loving, compassion, all of those things. So hopefully, if you're lucky in your life, you've had a pet of some kind, because if you ever want to see a movie that is just an unbelievably, oh my gosh, it will make you cry. A Dog's Purpose. Oh my gosh, it is so good. So let's see. Laura says, I had him since he was 3 months old. It was the best $50. Yeah, I know. You know what? I'll tell you something. Every animal that we have had, we have gotten for free. But you know what? They have been the best. They have been the best. And the cat that we have now, her name is Sasha. She is a Siberian forest cat. And so originally she was like a $950 cat that somebody got as a kitten. And we're the third people that have had her. And we will be the last. She is so smart. It just blows me away. So smart. And she's got me trained pretty good too. So, it's about the relationships that we have with animals. We can learn a lot about our human relationships by our relationships with animals too. They put up with a lot from us. I mean, let's face it. How many animals are stressed out unless their owners are stressed out? So that's what I wanted to tell you too, is that when we are taking on and we have a lot of stress, and our animals are there and they can help relieve that stress, but we also have to remember to take care of their energy as well. So if you can have, I know this, you guys might laugh at me for saying this, but you can get Reiki for your animals. I don't care if it's a horse, a cat, a dog, a turtle. So you can get Reiki, you can get massage. I do massage on my cat to help her relax. She loves it. She's purring away. So you can do a lot of things like that to help ease their tension, because they do take on a lot from our human stress, you know. So there's not much stress that they have by themselves. But, you know, we can help them by doing little things for them like that, you know. And some of them, you know, we know some animals are treated like kings and queens, and they know it too, don't they? That's okay. And that's okay. So, but I wanted to mention, while we were talking about this, and I'm going to look this up, but it's called whatsmyspiritanimal.com, I believe. And you can actually look up, it's like animal totems. So if you're dreaming about a certain animal, you can look it up on here, see what it might mean for you, what kind of symbolism there is for you in your life. And also, so not just about dreams and everything, but also in your everyday life. Like today, I was driving along, and all of a sudden I looked and there was a wasp in my car. And I'm like, how in the world did that even get in here? Anyway, so I'm like reminding myself, look that up later, see what that means. So it's kind of interesting when all of that comes together, and you'll be very surprised at how it relates to things that are going on in your life. And so symbolism is definitely a way that you can help figure out the direction of what your gifts are and where you're going with them. But you just definitely got to have patience with that. Wendy says, I adopted Snuggles at a shelter. I call her my clearance dog. They had a half price day when I got her. Hey, that's love, though. I don't care. That is love. You're a shelter mom. That's awesome. Me too, actually. A few times. So that's so cool. That is so cool. I think we should all get extra points for adopting animals because, you know, like I was telling my husband, I said, when it's time for me to go and you're writing my obituary, I said, I want you to put in things like, shelter mom, loved animals. I want all that stuff up in there, so, but that's very cool. That is very cool. I'm really thinking, and I kind of want to go off of the animals for a second. And if Lori wants a reading, please feel free to come on. But I wanted to talk about the energy. Oh, here's Kat.
You do have a reading. Oh, here she is. One moment. It worked. Hold on. Here we go. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I finally did it on my computer and got off my phone.
Hi, Lori.
Hi. Can you hear me? There's a lag. Can you hear me?
What's happened? Nag? She'll come back to us. One moment. There she comes. There she
Almost. I'm ready for
Can
you,
you hear me?
Lori.
She knows what she's doing.
Hello.
Hi, Lori. I can hear you and I can see you. Hello.
Hello. You like my haircut?
Yes.
My husband just did it.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, you know what? It looks great. Tell him he has a new profession he can go into.
Yeah. Yeah, he took a little bit off. He took about that much off. So.
Oh my goodness. Wow. It probably feels better, huh?
Oh, it does feel better. Yeah.
Good. So what can I help you with? What would you like? Do you have anything specific about animals or people?
Well, actually, the animals intrigued me, but I would actually, I didn't know if you could do this, that you could do this, but I would love to hear from my son who's on the other side.
Okay. Okay. Let me just see what I can pick up. Hold on. So one thing that I pick up immediately is something about a truck with him. And so I'm also feeling too that whatever was going on with him, it feels like not on purpose. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. But he keeps bringing back a thing about a pickup truck. Does that make any sense?
He, that's all he ever wanted was a pickup truck. But he never had one.
Okay. Okay. So he's saying, he's like, I knew that my mom would know if I said I wanted a pickup truck or said something about a pickup truck. So that's what he's talking about. So you know that it's him. He's also saying something about that there was a woman that he left behind, a girl that he left behind. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, there was a girlfriend.
Okay. So he just, he's giving me chills. So I'm telling you right now, he's saying something about, let me just get this straight from him. I almost feel like she was always wondering this, but I feel like what he's telling me that he was going to marry her.
If he was, I didn't know. I mean, it's possible, but they were young, you know, so,
Yeah.
but maybe he felt like that was going to happen.
Yes. Yeah, I think that there's something in her thought process. I don't know if you still see her or not, but I feel like that she has thought about that. And so that may be something that if you do see her or know of her still, I think that goes on in the back of her mind. So he's telling me something about two brothers or two siblings. Does that make sense to you?
No, he only, well, actually, now that you say that, he had a half sister that he found out about before he passed, and then he had a whole sister. But
okay,
he only had a whole sister with me, but technically he did have two siblings.
Okay. So he's saying that he is like, he wants you to know that on the other side that he's doing just fine. He says that he does come around you, and it's weird because it's like he sets his hand on your leg. It's like he sets his hand on your leg, and you may even feel like a little chill or something like feels like it's either on your leg or brush up your leg, like the top part right above your knee. So he's like, tell her that that is me. So when she feels something like that, you know that that's him. So he's also bringing up a name that starts with an A. And it's like Aiden or Adam or something like that. Does that make any sense to you?
Anastasia is his sister's name.
Okay. Well, Adam is not close, but it was an A name. So I will say this. I feel like that he is very much at peace. He's saying, I know my mom, like, he's saying that he has come to you in your dreams.
Actually, it was about a week ago or so. All of a sudden, I was in a dream, and he was standing at the end of an aisle, like a grocery aisle, and he was just standing there.
Uh-huh.
And I saw him clear as day, and
Oh,
didn't
wow.
say anything. But I remarked to my husband that that Little John had come to me in a dream that night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's saying that for you, he goes, her mind goes 1,000,000 miles an hour. He goes, that is the best way for me to come to her is in her dream right now because her mind goes 1,000,000 miles an hour. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, no, I think I'm a little scatterbrained, but yeah, I'm always thinking of something, but I just
No, aren't we all? We all are, Lori.
it's really been weighing on me about him. You know, even though it's been 3.5 years now. But this is
It seems like it's been longer, I'm sure.
yeah, and this is the first time that I've spoken to other psychics, but that I've been reaching out to him. So I want to know if he feels like I'm bothering him if I do this.
Oh, he said, Mom, are you kidding me? He said, I came to you because I want to connect with you since I'm past. That's why he came in the dream. So he definitely, he's like, you are not bothering me. He's like almost scolding you for thinking that you're bothering him. So you totally are not. He's like, Mom, he goes, he misses giving you, he said he used to give you like a great big bear hug. So it would like, he would like wrap his arms around you and just kind of go like this. It's like he misses that. So yeah, no, you are just fine. He is like, I want her to keep reaching out to me, but he's going to actually also try communicating more with you. So he was saying something about, you know, a lot of times we'll see an animal or we'll see something that reminds us of them. He is saying when you see monarch butterflies, he will be around you. So just know that that is him when you see the monarch butterfly around. Yeah, and so definitely know that he is very much wants you to reach out. And he said he will be coming to you more and probably more in your dreams as well. So he may bring up like other things too, but as time goes on, you will even have a deeper connection with him on the other side. And he said he's like, he sees what you do. He sees things, the way that you're thinking, stuff like that. And he's like, Mom, I know that you have a hard time sometimes when you're by yourself. He said, I see that you get upset. He said, but he said, I want you to imagine that I'm in your hand and sitting right there with you. So yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. He loves his mama. He loves his mama.
Does he have anything else that he wants to say?
Oh, let's see. Let's see if we can figure out anything else he wants to say. He's talking about, did somebody just have a child or has had a child since he passed?
There's been 2 babies born in the family that his very close cousin had a baby, and then my brother had a late in life baby. So there's been two babies.
Okay, because he's mentioning about a baby being born, and so he's saying too that he actually held those babies before they were born. So he actually was able to kind of meet them on the other side before they came into the physical. So he just wants you to know that he's aware of that. He also says something too about, did you guys move since he passed away, or change something about your house, or moved or something?
Well, he was living with his father when it happened, and
Okay.
since he passed, his father passed less than 6 months after he did, so the house is empty. I don't know
Okay.
if that's anything.
Okay. Yeah, that could be what he's talking about. I feel like that he is very much. It's funny because he talks about his dad, but he also says that that they had a challenging relationship themselves, um, if that makes sense. Um, but your son was very down to earth, and I think he always tried to give people a second chance. Um, and he's got now on the other side, he's got nothing but love for you. For it's his mindset is different. It's a little bit different. He said when I was in the physical, he said sometimes I could snap really quickly and get on someone. He said even though I was a pretty good guy, but I could quickly jump on somebody. But he says now on the other side, he said I'm just very at ease, and I'm good. I'm 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 good. And he goes, I only want the best thing for the people that I love on the other side, on the physical side. Does any of that make sense to you?
Um, yeah, he was kind of an easygoing kid, and got along with everybody um, that I knew of. So it would make sense that he would be at ease now.
Yeah. And a lot of times that there's a lot of stuff that happens to people that we don't always realize, but he's being a little bit hard on himself for when he was alive, that he could have handled things sometimes a little bit differently than he did. But other than that, he's doing great on the other side. He definitely wants you to keep reaching out to him, because he will communicate with you for sure. So be looking for the signs, the touch on the leg above the knee, and the monarch butterflies and all of that. And yeah, he's just like jumping up and down. He's so excited that he got to actually talk to you today. So that's pretty cool. Thank you, Lori.
Yeah, I didn't understand about the prize wheel. What was that? I didn't get to do that before I paid.
So what you do is you subscribe to the lives, and then you get a free spin on the prize wheel, and you could win a
Oh,
free reading. You could win extra time, stuff like that. But you have to. Sometimes it's with a purchase, but it depends on when you spin the wheel. I would say definitely subscribe when you get off of here and see what you can get for a freebie. Okay.
yeah, because I'd still like to contact that mating pair. It's just when you said that I could have a reading with a live person, or with the person, I chose that over that. But I'd still be interested in
Yeah.
that breeding pair that I had of dogs, because they were like little. They were husband and wife. They were little buddies, and I'd love to hear
Oh,
anything.
and so they're passed.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me just see for a second. Hold on. I'm just trying to reconnect here. Your son doesn't want to let go. He's like, did he know the dogs too?
No, they were prior to him being. The female passed when he was born, so the female got
Okay.
him, but the male had already passed.
Okay. So I don't know. He's funny. I'm going to tell him, listen, I need to connect with the dogs for a second. Hold on for a second. So it's funny because I feel like one of them is this little, little running around everywhere, like hyper. And then the other one is like laid back and just kind of, and it's funny because in a marriage, if they were actually married, they would be at each other all the time because one was crazy like ants in their pants and the other one was just laid back. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, definitely. The male was definitely a little more hyper than the female.
Okay. It's funny because it's like the female would be like eye rolling the male dog, like, oh my gosh, calm down, kind of. So it's just very, very funny. It's like a comedy show with them because they seem like how you would imagine like a little old vaudeville act. But what I get too is I also get that after the passing of, and I want to say, is the male, did you say the male is the one that passed first?
Yes.
Okay. So I feel like after that passing, that the female was really, really like depressed and withdrawn. She feels like to me that she was almost lost. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, a little bit. She had,
Okay.
yeah, she did. It was a while
Okay.
ago, so it's honestly a little hard for me to remember.
Right. But I mean, on the other side, they just like they were when they were alive together. They're still together, and it's so funny because I know why your son is connected to them on the other side, and that's why he sort of was hanging around the whole situation because he is connected to them on the other side. So just know that I feel like that after the male passed, that you actually helped the female to get over that. She really had a hard time, but she really became, it's almost like she became extra lovey-dovey. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, she was definitely a different dog after that. She was definitely
Right.
more. I mean, she was lovable before that, but she was definitely my dog, and stuck close to me. I just
Yeah.
I just felt bad because she went blind before she passed, and but even to up to when she actually passed, she was very loving and never had any. I never had any problems with her.
Right. And you know what? The blind thing, I think that she's telling me that because you were around, you actually gave her some security and she felt good, even though she wasn't able to see the same way. But that you definitely made a difference for her. I mean, it's like you guys were like inseparable. Like she had to be like right with you. That's what I'm feeling. That's what she's making me feel.
Yeah.
And so, so even on the other side, like I said, the two of them are reunited. Your son is around too. They're kind of in the same energy, but the two dogs are just acting like they used to act in the beginning. Like they were just crazy acting, like funny. They're back to themselves again. So, yeah, I mean, they're doing great. And they, like I said, the female dog really has that extra special connection with you. So, they're just doing great on the other side. I mean, they, like all the stuff, like the blindness, all of that obviously goes away because they don't need eyes on the other side. But yeah, so they're doing great. And again, your son is hanging around too, so he knows that they were special to you. So even no matter what time period or any of that connection still can be there. So I hope that helps.
Yeah.
Lori.
Yes, it does. I appreciate it. And it doesn't help you. I just wanted to let you know what breed they are. I mean, I would be willing to tell you.
I feel like they make me feel like they are a small to medium sized dog. And they make me feel like they are kind of I'm trying to think of a color. It's not dark. It doesn't seem dark to me, but it seems more like a golden kind of, I don't know. Does that make any sense?
Actually, they were black Cocker Spaniels.
That's really funny. Black Cocker Spaniels.
Yeah.
So the
that's why
size was right, but the color. Do you have any other dogs that were that color?
Absolutely. I've had several dogs. There was a golden retriever. You mentioned the golden color,
Okay.
so that was Randy, and but he passed also. And then I've had shepherds. So I've had quite a few animals.
Oh yeah, and they all still hover around you. So if you feel, it's like do you still have an animal around right now?
Yes, I have a Bichon Frise.
Okay. So every time you go to feed your dog, it's like all those animals that have passed are like right there waiting for their food. It's hilarious the way that they gather around you like that. So, but yeah, so they're all over there. I mean, so there's a lot of love for you for what you've done for them. So I hope that helps, and I'm so appreciative that you could come on for a reading with me. Thank you, Lori.
Yes, I really appreciate it, and I'll come back another time.
Thank you.
Okay, sounds good, Lori. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Lori. Hey, Kat.
Hi. Yes, that was really good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks again, Lori. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Lori, for coming on, and thanks, everybody.
Yeah, your show's just about coming to an end, so we will see you next time.
That sounds good. I'll see you soon, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing, coming on. Thank you, Kat.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Good night.